From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, October the 3rd, 2018. German Chancellor Angela Merkel arrived in Israel this evening. Merkel was greeted at Ben Gurion Airport by Israel's Minister for Regional Cooperation, Tzachi Hanegbi. She later attended dinner with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at his residence in Jerusalem. Tomorrow, Merkel will visit the Yad Vashem Holocaust Memorial as well as the Israel Museum and receive an honorary doctorate from the University of Haifa. She will meet again with Netanyahu tomorrow as well as with Israel's President Reuven Rivlin before heading back to Berlin. Before leaving for Israel, Merkel spoke of her upcoming trip in a video for her weekly podcast, where she said Germany and Israel are connected with a unique relationship out of the heritage of our history, out of the break of civilization that was the Holocaust. We Germans have a special responsibility for the relationship with Israel, adding we can be very thankful that today we're close partners and friends. 2 Palestinians were arrested today for breaching the Gaza security fence and crossing into Israeli territory. One of them was armed with a knife. They were both handed over to Israel's security agency, the Shin Bet, for questioning. And the Shin Bet today said it had arrested 3 Palestinians in the West Bank that had been recruited by members of terror group Hamas's military wing in Gaza to carry out attacks in Israel. And violent riots today at the Erez border crossing, the only pedestrian crossing from Gaza, where Palestinians threw explosive devices and stones at IDF soldiers and tried to breach the crossing. The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry said a teenage boy was killed and several injured. The IDF was investigating those claims. Also in Gaza, UNRWA said the majority of its international senior officials have been evacuated from Gaza to Israel. The head of the Palestinian Refugee Agency told the Times of Israel on Monday that employees were being blocked from getting to their offices in sometimes threatening and dangerous situations. Palestinian UNRWA workers are protesting layoffs in the agency following the U.S. decision to cut funding to UNRWA. The British Army's Jewish Brigade was honored today by the Italian government. The brigade fought against Nazi forces in Italy in 1945. Last year, the Italian parliament voted unanimously to award the country's Gold Medal for Military Valor to the 7th Armored Brigade of the IDF, which has ties to the Jewish Brigade, which is no longer in existence. But veterans of the Jewish Brigade were present for today's ceremony, which took place in Moshav Avichail, in a museum dedicated to the Jewish Legion, which predated the brigade. Well, we reported to you yesterday about Jewish researcher Arthur Ashkin being awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics. Today, the Nobel Committee named its winners in the field of chemistry, among them retired Professor George Smith, a vocal critic of Israel. He shares the prize with Francis Arnold of Caltech and Gregory Winter of Cambridge, both of whom have cooperated with Israeli scientists and promoted academic ties with Israel. Smith, however, though not Jewish, is a member of several Jewish anti-Israel organizations, has written many anti-Israel columns, and is a longtime supporter and activist of the BDS Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions campaign, which seeks to delegitimize the State of Israel. NASA signed a deal today with the Israeli Space Agency in cooperation with SpaceIL to help it launch an unmanned rocket at the moon. The agreement was signed in Germany during the World Space Conference. NASA will provide a laser reflector that will help locate the spacecraft once it has landed on the moon. Israel's Science Minister Ophir Akunis said cooperation between Israel and the U.S. is growing stronger in all areas, as is the relationship between NASA and the Israeli Space Agency. He said Israel is proud to be part of the renewed journey to the moon and to advance our technological capabilities everywhere. Turning now to some entertainment news, Israeli actress Gal Gadot made an appearance on The Simpsons this weekend as her animated self, that is. The Wonder Woman star added her voice to the 30th season premiere of the show this past Sunday night.
Gal Gadot reading for Lisa. You've got the part.
Wait. I know you were great in Fast and Furious, but what else have you been in?
Did you see Wonder Woman?
Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Wednesday, October the 3rd at 7 o'clock, a look at the history of Polish Jewry. At 8, a discussion of 20th century anti-Semitism in Poland with Polish journalist and historian Adam Michnik. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Sephardic Jewish leader Rabbi Eli Abadi on L'chaim. At 10, Director of International Relations for the Hotline for Refugees and Migrants, Tamara Newman, discusses Israel's refugee policies from Limud, New York 2018. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, it's Thinking Out Loud with Micah Halpern. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, October the 3rd, 2018. I'm Teisha Bader.